Good evening and welcome to Red Arrows Racing League. I'm your host and this week co-commentator. My name is James. I'm joined by Big Bish, a driver from Division 1. We're just going to test to make sure the stream works. I've not got it come up again at the moment. I don't know. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's appearing live now. That's perfect. Right, so let me just test that. Bish, do you want to say something? Make sure your voice is working.
Yeah, can you hear me? Testing.
Yeah, got it. Yeah, it's all working. So right, let's get that in the stream links for everyone to see. Got a few cars on circuit at the moment. As you can see, we're covering Div 2 this week. No Division 1 race, sadly, this week due to lack of numbers. So hopefully we'll get it sorted for you next week. Let's go into stream links. Let's get that posted and we are good to go. So if we just run through the teams, we'll see who we have tonight. So the Haas is normally Pro X Live X and Dutch Dragon. The Red Bull is R12 and Youngie. Alpine is Joshy Wilco and Jay Bradfield. The McLaren should be San 85 and PIV Widget. Ferrari is M Harry and Shepan. The AlphaTauri is Andy Pipsmith and Sean Mack. Alfa Romeo is Chef Badger and Murph. Aston Martin is Percival and Dunsby. The Mercedes is Isle North and Harvey. And then the Williams is Liam and Tomo. So we've got a few missing tonight. A few reserves in. The reserves are Ollie Jelly, Unfed Noise. I believe there's F1 Mini G in there. And Arrows Wrath. Who are you on board with at the moment, Bish?
I'm on board with P Tomo 87. He's the first guy out of on the track on his
Williams,
on his
yep.
hot lap. He's just going through seat now.
Just joining him in the Williams.
He's just got Murph just behind him.
That's one name I was expecting to see here. Soph's in the Ferrari. I'm assuming that's because Shepan's not turned up. That's
and he's just pushed the limits hard there as P Tomo on that wide right. He's coming into the new corner now.
Yep,
to the New Holland.
Into the remodeled section of the circuit for this year.
Yeah,
there he goes, Paul.
And there's the bar. 1:13.68.
Looks like a good lap. I'm now on board with Murph. See what he can do in the Alfa Romeo.
Goes P2, 1:13.1.
Very close.
Not much between them two.
Unfed Noise. Temporary P1 at least, or provisional P1 I should say. Dutch Dragon gets himself in there into P3. We'll go on board with Joshy Wilco. Oh no, we won't because he's invalidated his lap. Let's go say another familiar name from the days where we were one division. He's on board with Andy Pipsmith.
Andrew Pipsmith.
Yeah, I'm on board with him now. We should go with the lay of the land from Div 2 while we're here because we've not covered it yet this season. We're obviously 4 rounds in. This is round 5. Harry leads the championship by quite a considerable margin at the moment because he's used his wild card. Only Harry and Liam have used that. The championship at the moment is Harry from Dunsby from Liam. After Harry, we've got 14 points separate P2 to P5, so it's a very close title race without Harry at the moment. But all it takes is somebody to pick up big points from a wild card, and it's right back on. I'm back on board with Joshy Wilco, see what he can do in the Alpine.
There's an absolute bar sitter there by there as well.
That's very
22.
Quick.
That's a 1:12.3. Andrew Pipsmith there, we're just struggling around that left-hand corner at the end of New Holland.
I think I've made a mistake
coming
there.
Off the throttle.
I must admit, I keep doing the same thing. I've done a full race round here in the career mode, and I'm still taking that corner as though the chicane's still there.
on board now with
that lap, by the looks of it.
Chief Badger, and as you can see, as he's coming round Renault there, he's just hogging that corner. That's the way to do it. Try and hog that inner corner, you can gain a good 10th there.
Carrying a lot of speed into turn 4. There's yellows ahead, hopefully that car gets out of our way. And does.
He's gone out with considerably more fuel as Chief Badger if he's doing a double lapper here.
DRS open for the first zone of this lap. I say first, the other one was the main straight, so depending on your philosophy, it's either first or second. Here we go, into the new corner.
This looks good. It looks good. If he can keep this corner tight now, he's done it nicely.
We say new corner, technically that was an old corner because that was in the circuit in the 90s. That's still used in the MotoGP. I think we're on a bit of a lull in the session now. I think most people are in the box. So we'll go back over the circuit. So as you can see, 2 DRS zones here, both independent of each other. So the zones are between turn 9 and 10, and then turns 14 and turn 1. There's 14 corners here, 8 to the right and 6 to the left. So I covered the lay of the land in terms of the Drivers' Championship. The Constructors is also pretty close when you take out Harry's amazing wildcard win. I've got 17 points separate P2 down to P6. So we'll see if we've got any action on the circuit. I'm not sure if you've got anyone you're on board with.
Nah, you've got Shane MC 1882. He's on a flyer at the moment, but he's just running out of ERS. I think he's just pulled this lap a bit too. He's gone for the double lap and he just pulled it a bit late. He's now down to 1%, which is really going to affect his last sector. Driving really clean though, hogging the curbs well.
I was on board with SAN there as he's set his lap. I believe his name's Sean. He's put himself in P6.
Activated DRS now, so we'll put himself up to P8.
He'll want to go again though, as you mentioned, he's out of battery.
Yeah, he should surely come in now, pit for a set of new tyres. Like Dutch Dragon and P Tomo coming out now, out laps.
So if I go with, if I take one, you take the other? So if you want to go with...
I'll take Joshua Wilco. Not yet set a time.
I'll look at P Tomo then. So if you go on board with Joshua Wilco, I'll go on board with Tomo and see what they can do.
Roger. So it's coming in now, New Holland, it's coming up to the start line. Hot lap activated.
So Tomo now starting his lap.
It's a really good cut turn into Elf.
It looks tidy for the first couple of corners.
Bit of an understeer there by Joshua Wilco, but he's recovered it well.
Tomo's made a mistake, he's gone very wide, he's spun it. That's a spin, so I'm going to come off him. I'm going to go. Where am I going to go next? I'm going to go to Dutch Dragon, see what he's doing. Well, Tomo's been disqualified the wrong way there. He's in the middle of the track. That's Dutch Dragon out of the session. Be careful, they're not going to hear me. They're in the middle of the track. In the middle of the track around turn 4. That's unfortunate there.
It's really impressive to see a lot of people going for automatic gear, manual gears. Just watching Joshua Wilco around there, he's putting an absolute steamer of a time of 1:12.5, 2/10 off the leader.
It's a very good lap. There's a big gap there. Well, there was a big gap between the leader and P3 until Joshua Wilco put himself in there.
From Nurse on his out lap now.
I'm sure the incident there with Dutch Dragons we won for the stewards, that was... I don't know what was going on there. I'm almost
to take this wide
now.
through Campos. Activate DRS early.
Parcel's now coming to the new section of the circuit. He's now
And
across the last corner.
Merce just hit the track limits there. He had the purple sector, middle sector. He was 1/10 down. Just invalid his lap.
I was on with Purcell, who has not improved. So we'll see who we can go to next. Andrew Pitts is not on a lap. You're on with Murph, who said invalidated. So let's go on board with F14.
So you've got the end of F14's lap here coming in now. Currently sitting P3.
He's got a good lap to his
It's a
name.
nice wide corner. Activated DRS nice and early, should come over nice.
Got a P1.
Just put it on pole. That's a great time, really close as well.
So just a matter of a few hundredths separate the top two. As I mentioned, there's a few familiar names here from the days when we had just the one division. So a few names I'm familiar with, a few I'm not. So Dunsby currently second in the championship, down in P17 in the session, no time set. He's going to want to improve on that.
So you've got you've got Youngie now coming on his out lap, just coming round New Holland just to start his lap now. In the Red Bull.
Yep, got that now. Let's see what he can do. It's always interesting to see whether he prioritises the first corner or a second one.
So as he needs to hog that side now, coming out wide. Everybody thinks that you pick up the maximum speed. You drop a few tenths there. Hug that outside now, touch that curve and then come back up to the right hand side, ready to drop into seat. Maximum power down now. Car in front of him needs to get out of the way. Oof.
He's compromising a bit there. Yeah, that's not great.
Keep the power down, activate DRS as soon as you touch the uplet.
Through the remodeled.
It's got to be early braking.
The remodeled corner from last season. This is still two corners on the track map. I'm not quite sure why.
Gotta hog this curve now. A bit of an
Mistake there.
understeer.
Yeah.
It's throwing him off.
Oh,
He's done well. He should put it up there in 10. He's not
10's
improved.
down his
He's
previous
sat
lap,
at
yeah.
P6.
lost a little bit of time on that lap. There's room to improve. I'm not sure if he can get
that-
back in time.
I think just that final sector, wasn't it?
There's a little bit scruffy in places, but he's driving well. Dunsby's now set a lap. He's put himself in P11 though. He won't be happy with that. Like we said, currently P2 in the championship, so he'll be.
Oh, Chief Badger's out. He's just smashed into the pit wall as he's coming. Just be careful, anybody that's coming in there.
I have seen a couple of hit the pit wall in the practice session. Doesn't look like they use pit exit anymore, or pit entry anymore.
You need to be really tentative with that brake, and when you're coming in, slow it right down.
It's probably because of the remodeled section. You take so much more speed into the last corner. Now you actually have to have a bit of a. Do you brake or do you lift into the last corner? You have to take some speed off, don't you?
Yeah, no, you don't brake at all. If you
left.
come out onto that curb, on that left-hand curb, you can really whip it in with max speed. But if you want to be a little bit careful through New Holland, and yeah, just lift off the accelerator. Don't
The
brake.
corner after it, it's the section here where Sean's gone up to now. It's the last corner here. He's now starting a lap, I believe.
He's hogged that curve well. It's coming up now. That car weaving in front of him, so needs to pull out the
he's taking
way.
a much tighter line through there. Dunsby retired from session.
Yeah, but that Dunsby in the wall then.
It looks like he's there between turns 4 and 5. Because he had a moment there. We've mentioned Dunsby in P2 and Championship and P11 in the session. We haven't mentioned Harry P10 in the session, P1 in the Championship. He'd have been hoping for better. The previously self-proclaimed People's Champion of Red Arrows.
He's currently up at the moment by 100th. He's took that corner really deep though and understeered out of it as well.
Less time on the table there. P3 goes, but there's some time left on the table there. He could have gone further to the left in the last corner. Will he live to rue that one, because it was a great lap. Anytime left on the table there, could have been another
So it looks like Harry is saving his battery for this final, warming his tyres up, just getting ready. He's got 50 seconds to get over that line.
I'll go on board with him there. He's the championship leader and everything. We'll watch this lap and see what he can do.
Here he goes.
Where can he put that Ferrari? Dunsby will wish him the worst. Looks like a slight mistake there.
Yeah.
There's Liam in the chat, cursing him as well. It looked like a slight mistake on turn 2. Into 5 now. Careful on track limits here.
Took that smooth. A little bit of a snap there on that right hand side.
I caught that as well. A little bit of a snap. That's the second one he's had this lap. So some little mistakes there, but nothing major. He's down his lap time.
Yeah, by 2 tenths.
So he needs to find a strong final sector in order to improve.
Who have we got? Merce on an out lap, but he's got a lot of traffic in front of him.
He's on that lap now, a bit too late if he's on a... So Harry doesn't improve.
Merce on his final lap here.
On board with Youngie, who's up on his lap. Youngie's a couple of tenths up here. Could be as good as P4 potentially. Goes P5.
No, put it into P5.
P6, sorry, is there. Murph just picked him on the end, did he? So I'll let you run through the grid.
So, well, it's very close from P1 to P6, so you've got F14 in P1. Well done. And then you've got Aries P2, San P3, Joshua Wilco P4, Murph P5, Youngie P6, Unfitted P7, Percival P8, P9 Shane, P10 Andrew Pittsmith, P11 your championship leader Harry, P12 Dunsby, P13 Chief Badger, P14 Dragon, Dutch Dragon. I can't see any further back below that.
And you got Soph in P15, Pro X Live X in 16. I've got you in a car for some reason, P17. I think it's Tomo in P18.
Yeah.
They need to retire from this one anyway because there's penalties to apply. So if anyone can hear me, please retire from this session. So hopefully we can get that fixed when we go into the new session. Make sure it doesn't put you in a car.
Yeah.
And so that shouldn't cause any drama because we need to start again anyway. Penalties to apply.
I'll just smash it up straight away.
I think we're going to everyone smash this session anyway just because of, I say we need to retire. So So we'll get a little bit of fun and games here.
Destruction Derby for 2 minutes.
Yep, that's what we'll get. So hopefully we'll get the bad start of our systems. I'm not sure if the front two got the memo. They've got it now, yep.
I think they have.
Not sure if Chef Badger's got it though. Oh yeah,
He has. He's trying to put it into a wall.
Yep, we should be all done. We just need to do the same for the race start, and then we can get started proper. How's it not ended this thing from there? Put it straight into the wall, I saw him do it.
Is there 2 of them?
There should just be this one car going round. So if he just goes backwards for a second, I might fix it. Right, let's qualify from session.
Well, it's one of them. It's one of them laps where you have to sit and wait for the AI to take you back to the grid.
Yep.
It's a great track for overtaking. Is this if you're clean? There's a couple of good DRS zones. They're not long either, but other than the straight.
I must admit I've not raced this against real players since the remodel to the second to last corner. I'm hoping it gives you a better run into turn 1 and we can get some more overtakes in that second DRS section. Hopefully it promotes better racing. So yeah, we'll see everyone retire from this one and then we'll get going proper shortly.
It's going to red flag if we don't end it quick.
I think red flags are turned off, I'm not sure.
Okay.
Nope, they're not. And it has
Has it red
flag.
flagged it?
Yep. So just bear with us.
The cursing is in the cursing is all in Div 2 chat.
Alright, here we go again then. Just retire from this one. There they go. Yep, all good. So I'll leave him in the chat saying get your bets on first DNF.
I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be that guy that bets on somebody to DNF. I don't want anybody to DNF. I want a clean race.
Oh, so I'll be controversial just for the chat's sake and say Harry. Just because I know he's going to watch the stream and it's going to annoy him. And just if it happens that way, A, I was right, and then B, he can curse me.
I just hope to God it's a nice clean first corner. It makes a good race when you've got more cars, a lot more overtaking opportunities throughout the race.
Yeah, hopefully everyone gets to the first lap unscathed, and then we can have some good clean racing. We'll see how this unfolds. Hopefully we're in for Spain with the S rather than without. We'll let you change from a car to spectating now.
Yeah, it will, yeah.
Cool. Hopefully it stays that way.
That is me done.
So Murph as our host, he just needs to apply the grid penalties and then we'll be good to go. So, thanks for sticking with us. Yeah, hopefully we're ready to go very shortly.
Let's just hope if we get through to turn 1 and turn 2 that when we come round Renault we don't have a McLaren 2016 when they both take each other
Mercedes, yeah. Hopefully not.
A double DNF of the same team. Rosberg and McLaren.
That'll be the old Mercedes Rosberg and Hamilton fight. We don't see none of that today.
Does anybody know what the weather was for the race?
I've not got it in front of me because we don't get to see it in the
guys
comments box, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think the guys will see it.
The drivers will get to see it.
I know when I'm a driver in Div 1, that's the first thing I look at before I even put my tyres on.
Makes sense. We'll obviously dictate the strategy.
It'd be interesting to see what tyres I go onto today.
While we are waiting, the tyres I've got, because the race is 33 laps, according to my data, the soft will go 16 laps, the medium 22 and the hard 25.
There's not much difference between the medium and the hard there, really, is there?
That's in terms of actual tyre life, so that's from start to destruction. The actual drop off in performance might come a bit before that. But certainly in terms of life.
They've not been very effective medium tyres on this game, have they? 2023.
I must admit I've been mostly a career racer in this game so far rather than against actual players, so my actual racing experience on this one's a bit limited, but, so that's where your input is probably more helpful because you're a competitive driver in this league.
I just think the softs hold on a little bit longer than what you think sometimes, and especially if you can get a lucky safety car around that 11, 12. You stay lucky though, they never come when you want them.
It might be the window for the box, unless you get something like a weather change as well. Maybe a weather change will dictate where you put your pit stop.
It's a good grid today, 18.
It's good to see a lot of numbers in. So hopefully it doesn't cause chaos. Hopefully it will be a nice, clean race, and we'll see lots of competitive racing.
Have we got any reserving?
There are 4 reserves according to what I've got in front of me. the F1, as F14 min, F14 min in the Alpine is reserve. Unfitted Noise is Erez Wrath is, and there should be Ollie Jelly in there, I believe. I'm not sure if he's in. I've got Sofas as well, because Sofas filling in for Shepan.
Okay. Keep an eye on these reserves as well throughout the race. Well, 2 of them put it up there, didn't they? P1, P2.
Erez Wrath and F14 were very quick. Here we go then. Formation lap should be back on now due to the patch last week. Should all be sorted out. Be interesting to see the fight between the championship rivals, because championship leader and P2, and I think it was 11 and 12, weren't they? That might change due to the grid penalties. They
Go on then, Joe. Who's your bet on to win it?
Remind me of the grid order again, because I'll get up on my screen in a second. Then we'll.
You've got F14's up there. F14's up there. You've got Unfitted Noise up there. Merce P5. Harry P11.
I just wait to see what the grid's like after the penalties before I make a claim.
P10, I believe.
Still waiting for players on my screen, so they might be doing setups and the likes.
Got a lovely view of the pit wall.
Yeah, so I've got them out there. There we go.
Here we go.
So formation lap underway. So it's Harry and Dunsby in P11 and 12, so it'll be interesting to see how that unfolds. The championship rivals much further back than where they'd want to be. I think I'm going to, instead of giving the commentators curse to somebody, instead of picking a driver to win, I'm going to pick a driver to watch. I'm going to say keep your eye on Dunsby in P12. We'll watch his progress, see if he can move up the field. I'll share my curses out because I've already cursed Harry to be the first DNF, so we'll put the pressure on Dunsby now and call him out in the formation lap. Just so I've covered all my commentator's curse remit.
I think the one to watch today is Joshin, starting 4th. You can get a good start and nice and clean. Could really,
to the league,
could really
been
do some
here
stuff
for a
in
while.
that Alpine.
There's Liam in the comments saying double trouble in the commentary box. He's right. I'm joined by Bish. So the game there predicts it's a one-stopper.
Here we go then. Let's see how they sit on the grid.
So does anyone miss the grid box? I haven't actually been through the tyre selection. Let's have a look at that quickly. So it's most people have gone soft actually.
Oh, so he's missed his pit stop there. P1.
So P1's missed it and P9's missed it. Most everyone's gone on the soft.
Dutch Dragon.
A few have gone mediums, and there's only one hard tyre around, that is Dunsby. There's about 4 or 5 people on the mediums, everyone else on softs. So we'll go on to Erez Wrath for the start, see how he gets away. The 2 reserves on 1 and 2, and where I go in Spain. He's moved over to cover him off. I think Erez Wrath's got a slightly better start, but Not quite good enough that F14 is under threat. It's looking like a clean start so far. It all looks pretty clean so far. So far, so good. I'm going to the positions change. Dunsby out 4 places. Oh no, he's suddenly down. He's dropped a couple there. But he's jumped Harry at the start.
Murph up 3 places.
Here we have
Joshua Wilco into third now.
Chef Badger up 4. Unfed Noise down 11 places, so he's the big loser from the start by the looks of it. Whereas the big winner seems to be Chef Badger. Andy Pittsman's out of the race. And Chef Badger's has gone as well, and we've got a virtual safety car. It looks like it is the turn 9 where I've lost it.
Yeah, it's
now a full safety car.
There.
We've got a safety car on lap 1. And we've lost 2 drivers. I didn't catch what happened there, but we've seen the result.
So it was Chief Badger and Andrew Smith were just wheel to wheel through that Campass corner. And nobody pulled out. I think watched it unfold.
We've got Sean and Unfed Noise in the pit box, so they're possibly involved in that. I believe the safety car is set to standard. I'm not 100% sure. So 2 drivers out of the race and 2 in the pit box at the start.
So it's just come up there 1 stop with a soft and medium, which is good for the races, hopefully.
It might be more doable now with this safety car, allowing you to just nurse this first set of tyres round.
Pro Live's done really well there, 6 places. He was started last.
Harry's managed to get himself back in front of Dunsby here, so I wonder if that's involved in the that's all spawned out from the crash.
I think the crash were behind them, to be fair.
Pro-X Livex up 6 places, he's in the P12. So he looks like the big gainer so far. As an instant there behind the safety car, his own teammate by the looks of it. Murph
it was a weird one with Dutch Dragon, because he lost 5 places and then made up 7 places in the space of 4 corners.
And that is what happens when you get a craziness like that, a big crash. Creates an opportunity. We'll let Liam keep mouthing off in the comments. We'll leave him to that one.
Well, what's he saying?
He said the way he worded it was, I bet Harry's loving having a bird behind him. That's the way he worded it.
We're open to all genders. Got to see him watching though from Greece.
Hopefully he's having a good time over there, and hopefully he won't be
spending our PayPal money.
I was going to mention that one. I was going to say hopefully he's not going to miss out too much in terms of points, as I was going to say.
He don't like Spain anyway.
Speaking of not liking Spain, I think it was Harry was saying that, so he was anticipating a bad race. So would he take
car in this
P8?
lap?
Yeah, we'll go on to Erezrath again to see what F14 does. So when does he choose to go?
That's a big question here, because if he goes too early, he's going to get that. He's going to leave that slip.
It's a very long start finish straight. I think he's trying to catch him by surprise, and he's got it. He's done a pretty good job here.
Got it.
I think he has caught him by surprise. 7/10 he's got out already. So it looks like a great
Problem
start
is
for him.
It's a long straight, this, so
It is indeed. So a very long run into turn 1. He has been caught slightly. The gaps reduced from 7/10 down to about 3/10. We'll go further back to see how this is all unfolding.
you've got Dunsby on the back of Soph.
I'm sitting here with Youngie in the mid pack. He's in P7. I think where you are.
Murph's all over the back of San as well.
I'll go back to the fight with Dunsby. I think that's the closest. Oh no, it's Murph now. It's the closest bit of on-track action. So we'll have a look at that. See how the Alfa Romeo driver gets on.
No DRS at this moment in time for 2 laps due to the safety car.
I believe Murph and Joshua Wilker are involved in that top 6 fight in the league. So they're not a million miles away from being in with a shout this one. Looks like a slight mistake from Murph there. He's got Percival now for company.
Yeah, he's got to watch himself on this straight as Murph.
He could be under attack here. Luckily for him, no DRS. Percival's pulled out and looked to make a move. He's
Oh, Percival just chucked it down that left-hand side, but Murph defends well.
Percival had it
Wheel
done in
to
turn
wheel
1,
left.
but gave Murph the inside into turn 2.
Clean racing that by Percival.
Nice clean battle. What we like to see. But Youngie now in the back of Percival. He was like a vulture there, waiting to pick off whoever got the worst of that one. I think it was a slight mistake from Sophie there, because she's dropped back a bit further behind Harry. I think there was a slight bit of wheel spin on the exit of turn 5.
So F14 now, just trying to break that DRS gap. She's struggling because Air is all over the back of him. 6/10. And it looks like he's got that New Holland tied down to a T.
DRS enabled now. It won't be available in this zone because the detection is before the finish, so it'll be available in the middle of the lap.
And there goes Youngie. Dunsby.
Percival on Murph.
Done way before the
Not managed to
corner.
make it stick again. Murph's able to defend the P5. But that Dunsby on Sophie is caught. So he'll be wanting to catch Harry as quickly as possible. Hopefully reduce the championship lead if he can. That's Sophie again with a bit of wheel spin on the exit of 5. Struggling with that corner by the looks of it. It allows Dutch Dragon to get all over the back. And he is not able to get through this time. He's going to have DRS now.
It's not as powerful as
got yellow flags out.
DRS Sector 1 though.
I believe that's PRV Widget has lost it
Yeah, it is.
in turns 7 and 8.
He's back on now and moving though.
Luckily he's managed to keep that going.
Dutch Dragon is all over the back there of Soph. He's got a better exit as well. He needs to get behind the car though.
Got the DRS.
Yeah, and he's
Tomo here looking to take both of them.
high as well.
So down 2 places there because Tomo sees an opportunity as well.
Murph there all over the back of San now. It's a great exit by him as well.
He's going to try his luck in the middle of the lap by the looks of it. He's going to have the DRS in a couple of corners time. Needs to keep close.
If he can just stick with that.
Meanwhile, there's a fight between Percival and Youngie still going on in the background as well. Murph too far back to have a look this time. Maybe down the start finish straight he might get a chance. It's a much wider line there. I think there's a slight
Youngie
mistake,
takes
slight
a
moment.
real bad understeer there. Lost a lot of time on that corner.
So we'll see what else we've got here.
Here we go. Red Bull
Soph
versus
Lopez,
Percival
Christ
versus
there.
Youngie.
Christ there for Soph. I think it's Clyde with Pro X Live X. And second to last corner there. I'm now on board with Dutch Dragon, watching him trying to attack Dunsby. This fight's over P9.
Mer's doing really well here to hold on with these mediums.
He's been defending that P5 well from Percival Sin. You have a couple of looks at him. So it's Sean and Murph on the mediums, Harris on the mediums also. So you must say Dunsby must be doing pretty well as well to hold as close as he is doing to Harry on hard tyres.
Yeah, with 3 soft runners behind him as well.
Will that pay off for him later in the race?
So the lead now has come down to 4/10 from 1.2 seconds last lap, and he's got DRS, and he's going for this first corner. He's going for the first corner. That's a great overtake.
He's got him into turn 1.
That's a Red Bull.
Glad I caught that. I haven't been looking at the lead for a little while, but we went to it at the right time.
It's going to be a good scrap between these two.
Does F14 have an answer for it? It's the 2 reserves in, doing a great job. MP1 and 2.
Oh my
Slightly
god!
wide
Have you seen the ERSs? They're exactly the same.
I have now, and you're right. F14 takes a slightly wider line there by the looks of it. Of course,
The DRS should pull him back into range now, though.
So he's
Dutch Dragon, the unfitted noise is trying to push Dutch Dragon now.
Harris might have just got out of DRS range here.
You've got a really close battle here between Dunsby, Dutch Dragon and unfitted noise.
Let's go and have a look at that, because I think the battle for the lead is
Coming
temporarily
into a
settled down.
DRS.
The DRS
So
chain, as you
Dunsby's got
mentioned.
no DRS. You
No
could get
DRS
done by
either.
both here. This will be a
Dutch Dragon through.
oof.
Was that a collision there with Dunsby and unfitted noise? Unfitted
looked
noise up
like
the
it.
inside
It-
and gets the move done.
Them tyres are paying off. Them soft tyres have still got a bit of life in them. You said around 16 laps.
That's according to my notes. We've had a safety car, so potentially they might go a little bit longer. But that is to destruction though, so it might not be, they might necessarily perform that well for that long. But Dunsby, of course, on the hard
Murphy's
tyre.
pushing San again now.
We've got yellow flags out. That's, I think, Pro X Live X. In fact, it is.
Oh, Murph's done the left. Oh, he's done the inside. Oh, they're touched.
Murph fighting with.
Oh, he's going for it. He's going for it.
So the question remains then.
He needs full
The likes
throttle
of-
now. He needs to stay the full throttle here.
We've got the likes of San, Murph, Harry,
Here we
and
go.
Dunsby on different tyres. Will that play into their hands later on in this race?
Murph's done San there on the straight. Not
Murph gets
exciting
through.
about that. It's just nice and easily. Work done before the corner. And Percival's all over the back of San now.
We've got yellow flags. That's McLaren out. Safety car. We've got a safety car. So safety car on lap 11 is this now the optimum time to pit if you're on the soft tyre?
I'd say so. They've got to be looking. They've got to be looking at 30, 35 to 40 wear now.
If we're looking at soft runners in, that'll be the front 3. There'll be Percival and Youngie in 6 and 7.
They could do it. They could do it, but it'd be tight on the hard tyre.
According to my notes, the hard tyre will go 25 laps, the medium 22. So in that sense, they'll go to the end. But like I said, that is to absolute destruction. So the performance might go before then. Can you get them?
You can definitely do a one stop from here if you nurse them.
So we've got Aras in the box. So the front two both in. Joshy follows suit.
Oh, here comes Destruction Derby coming in here.
Murph on the
Young
mediums
is
in. All the top
in.
8.
Unfitted Noises in. Dutch Dragons in.
It's
Dunsby's in. They're all following each other.
Everyone's following suit. Everyone's making the call. So that, in that extent, to that extent, might neutralise the race.
Have we got some double stackers though?
Everyone so far going to the hard tyre. I believe it was the Alpine was double stacked. And Mark got away with it. It's so far all, with the exception of Unfitted Noise and Sean, have gone for medium tyres. Dunsby as well on the medium tyre. So all apart from 3 are on the hard tyre to the end. 3 drivers taking a gamble on the mediums. That's Unfitted Noise, Sean and Dunsby.
If I was a hard runner there, I'd have definitely been holding on to them tyres for another 10 laps.
The only hard tyre runner was Dunsby, so he's the only person who had that luxury. He's gone for medium tyre. So he's gone fresh tyres to the end. Was that the right call, or was it, as you say, to try and stay out of a track position in the hope you get another one?
It'll be interesting now with everybody being on the same tyre. Murph gained a spot there as well. Just before the pit on San, so he's pulled himself back up into 4th. Joshua will come in 3rd. I said he'd been.
Superstar in the comments saying he reckons Dunsby should have gone hard to soft, one stop.
Yeah,
maybe
definitely. I would have held on to that. He's 12 laps in. He's got another 12 laps in them hards. You go long if you put them on at the beginning.
We'll see how it unfolds. Hindsight will be the one to say whether that was the right call or not. Got the front 8 all on the same tyre now though, so this could be interesting that extent. It could neutralise this race somewhat. So safety car, I'm predicting, should be in this lap, providing safe catch up to the pack, which hopefully should be able to.
It'll be interesting to see what Dunsby does from 13 from medium with everybody else being on hard.
Yeah, there's only a couple of people on those, so we'll see if he can do that. We'll have 21 racing laps to go. So my data says that the mediums will go 22, so there might be a struggle to get to the end unless there is another safety car or anything in this race. 15 drivers still in. Just to mention, Shane
MC and Pro Live have both got 5 seconds from speeding in the pit lane.
Yep, there it is, confirmed on the stream. So everyone now has their mandatory pit stop out of the way. So we're not expecting anyone else to get in the pit box.
Lap.
So I'll go back onto F14 now to see how the leader gets away. So last time it was F14 who managed to spring a bit of a surprise and got clear.
I'll sit with Murph in 4th place.
Cool, we'll see how the start goes.
Hopefully he learns this time. Does
It's a much later start this time, and we are away.
It is. But he's not caught anybody by surprise there. They're on his tail early.
F14's all over him already. Into turn 1, is he going to go for the move?
Oh,
Yes, he
they've gone
is.
side to other side. Clean.
He's not made it stick though. He went for the move, didn't get it.
Josh is all over the back of him as well. Murph right behind him. Percival just dropped off there a little bit.
I'm going to take a look further down the pack and see what's going on. On board
PT
with the Red
Tomo.
Bull.
Oh,
Unfair noise,
that's
one of the
a,
medium runners.
Shane MC there, just doing the right thing and pulling out of that there. He nearly went into the back of Tomo there.
So I'm on with Unfair noise now.
I'm right behind you with
Super Striker's telling me
Dutch
that
Dragon, and
Percival's
he's just been
got
taken.
sand.
Oh, what a switcheroo by Dutch Dragon there and P. Tomo. He took the outer line there, and as he come flying in on the inside, he just scoots back in.
So there's a second now gap there. I'm on board with Dunsby again, not where he wanted to be.
Oh. F14's took that really, really deep, and that's give Joshie a really good run off here on Renault. How do you turn this right now?
Conveniently in the car it used to be, the Renault.
What a race we have here with these front four. There's a second and a half between the first and fourth.
Super tight post safety car. We'll see how the strategy plays out. Theoretically they should all be on the same strategy and going to the end. But if there's another safety car or anything like that, all that leads to someone making a switch.
Just pulling that gap now, is there? He's just pulling up front there, trying to break that second.
He's almost done it, but not quite.
DRS active. New fastest lap, 1:15.2 by the leader.
So DRS will be active from the middle of this lap. Tomo back past Dutch Dragon into turn one.
I'll tell you what, don't count Murph or Joshie out here.
They're super close to the lead in their own right.
Let these two battle it out at the front, wear the tyres down, stick behind them. Play the long game. Nurse the tyres.
They've managed to drop Percival a bit. He's 1.8 down in P5.
Yes.
Got Sand for
Percival's
company.
defending against Sand. Yeah. Just seeing it there, they're just
And that's
wheel
decent
to
five as
wheel.
well. There's about 5 of them in a chain. So that's the front 4 is a bit of a chain, then it's the next 5. You've got DRS active again.
P. Tomo looked really fast in qualifying. Just that slight mistake on lap 3 there where he touched that car
anyways,
and span.
Pro X Live X is round. That's like between turn 10 and 11. I'm just on board with Tomo now. He's all on his own at the moment, so we'll go and have a look and see if there's a fight.
Oh, Josh is really pushing that there. And these two Alpines here.
I'm on with Sam at the moment, having a look at Percival. Not able to make the move at the moment, but staying nice and close. You might need to defend at some point as well. Youngie is all over the back of this, waiting to pick one of them off.
It's close between Dunsby and Dragon for P11.
I was literally
Trying
going to
to
switch
stick
to
in
that,
that-
as you say.
Sticking
say
that
that.
point.
He'll need as many as he can get to try and catch up with Harry.
Dunsby with his mad strategies.
Oh,
Got a
he's,
really good exit there now.
I say he's done his mandatory pit stop, so we'll see how this works out for him.
You'd like to think with them medium tyres, he'd be trying to pick that advantage up now. These next couple of laps, get this Dutch Dragon nipped and P Tomo, and then try and progress through the points there.
He's got the DRS here to have a go.
Here he goes.
Up the inside.
Down the inside. Has he made it stick? He's on the left-hand side.
It's gone wide.
Dutch Dragon has come off a track.
That's contact.
And that's really, really, really good driving by Dutch Dragon to slam there and not go into the back of him and end his race.
And it looks like Sean there took the both of them. He said thank you very much and stuck it clean past the pair of them.
So he just got rid of the Dutch Dragon and invited himself a medium tyre runner.
So not the way we would want that to go, but he's, yeah. Meanwhile, Sean looks like he's got Percival.
Unfitted and Harry.
So a change in
Unfitted and Harry's
P5 there.
really close. And
That's
Young,
a whole
this
big
is
chain
a
there. And yeah, it looks like the front of that chain, Sam's got past Percival.
Murph's really pulled that gap now on Sam. 5 seconds nearly. Oh, slight
mistake there by
Percival. Young
is through. And he's got unfair noise for company. And line not to overtake him.
Back, he could get done twice here.
He's got Harry on the unfair noise, and Harry will both be looking to seize on that.
Is he going to chuck it? He's chucked it up that inside, nice. Oh, that's great racing by Unfitted. That's a great overtake.
He's through.
Them medium tyres really paying off.
Prorex Lilacs out of the session safety car we've got. So, does anyone take a gamble now? You'd think you can at least get a medium tyres, possibly even, you might be able to get a set of soft tone from here.
No. You won't risk a soft tyre, would you? You won't risk it. 16,
I'm just playing devil's advocate, I'm just...
Segregation. 12, effectively around lap 31, the 12, 13 I'd say.
A fresh set of mediums should be comfortable though, so is medium now the call? Or do you favour track position?
If I were the likes of 1 to 6, I'd be staying where I was, but, you know.
Super Striker in the comments saying softs all day long.
Yeah, well, he's that kind of guy, isn't he? He's got the ability to overtake. But this is Division 2 Super Striker.
The leader's out of the race. We've lost the leader.
And you're... Oh, wow. On a safety car. What happened there?
Is that into the
pit wall? And they're all going in. They're all going in.
Front 5, front 6, all in. So we lost the leader there. Possibly a pit wall collision. Everyone into the box. I'm going to have a look at the tyre information and see what everyone's going on to. But yeah, everybody in.
Mediums is the call. Everyone's
looking
going
like
for
mediums
it.
all around. Unfair noise goes to softs.
Oh.
He's the only one so far. He's the only one so far.
This kid. They've all gone medium. Oh,
Dunsby's gone soft.
Dunsby's gone soft. And Shane MC as well.
Ares Raff saying that since when has there been a bump on the way into the pit lane? So it looks like he's got caught out by a bump or something there. And that's put him into the pit wall.
This will be interesting. Unfitted noise, softs right behind the top 5.
I think it's the correct call from Dunsby. Being where he is, you had to take the gamble.
Yeah, just hope for that late safety car. Oh, he needs to take advantage for it to be the correct call, though. He needs to really push through now and, you know, past Dutch Dragon, P Tomo. He needs to really be pushing Harry and Percival.
I believe that's unfair noise in there in the comments talking to us. He's P6 here. We'll keep an eye on his progress when he does. We do get racing again because he's got a good chance here on the soft tyres. Some did spot. Super Striker in the comments telling us now that Murph jumped Josh in the pit, and you're right, he has done.
He did. He did.
It's a good spot. Yeah, both the Alpines being, they would have been 2 and 3 at a time. Murph has managed to make the jump.
There would have been 1 and 2.
So that is correct, and it's a good spot.
I told you, don't count Murph and Josh out. Sitting in 3rd and 4th comfortably, just keeping that second gap.
And where they are at the moment, if it were to finish like this, that will help their championship campaign out no end. If I have a look and see, like I said, there were only 14 points separated P2 from P5 in the championship at the start of play tonight. And I believe both of them were involved in that. So, yeah, it was Joshua Wilco's P4 in the championship and Murph's P5. So, this would help them out no end. This would put them right up there. It was Harry's on 113, wildcard already played. Dunsby's on 54, Liam on 45, Joshua Wilco on 42, Murph on 40. That would put them right into the fight for P2 at least, but they've still got their wildcards to play the pair of them, so when you can
Harry
suddenly find a
played his
Swift
wild
50
card
points
really well, didn't he? He played a bish on China. He played a bish on China.
I think it was double win as well. I think you are right.
So we're hoping now everybody's packed up together that we safety car in this lap.
It'll be interesting to see how
when we're going
the three
to
soft
sector
tyres.
3.
Superstrike in the comments asking me to ask you when you're playing your wild card.
There's my favourite track coming up soon, Super Striker. I'm torn. I'm not gonna lie. I was really gonna play it tonight with you not being here. Take maximum advantage of you being in Greece on your holidays, sunning it up. But heyo, I didn't get that message to Jay quick enough, so luckily I didn't play it. So there's a couple of good tracks coming up.
So F14 leaving it late. He's perhaps learnt from the start to a sim before.
He has really left it late. That checkered flag is right there. He's caught him. He's caught Murph.
He's done well.
Napping.
I believe that's...
7 tenths. Josh is all over the back of Murphy. Can throw this down the inside.
Yeah, he's up the inside.
Oh,
not close enough to get in.
It's great defending by Murph. That's pulling out wide a little bit, teasing him into it, and he's really pulled away from Josh now. Murph's right on the back now of F14.
We'll have a look at that in the stream and see what's going on.
That's a good outtake as well. He's come out of that corner well. Unfitted Noise is trying to push now. His Unfitted Noise is pushing.
He's the guy on the softs. So he's the guy who's going to want to...
there, wheel to wheel.
He's going to want to get a move on. He's on the soft tyres.
F14 now pulling that second gap onto Murph.
I believe that's Erez Raf in the comments.
And here he comes, here he comes, Unfitted Noise.
Call him out.
He's going down the inside, he's gone down the inside of Youngie. As he made it stick the wheel to wheel right round, Youngie's pulled out.
He's got him.
Clean racing by Youngie.
Yeah, well played. Unfitted Noise is through. He has got a 3-second penalty for his troubles.
He's on San, he's on back of San already as well, and them tyres will pay dividends here down this straight. They should with that ERS.
Speaking of which, Dunsby as well on those tyres.
He's making light work of that San. He's done him easily on the inside.
Yeah, good move.
He's made it stick. That's 2 places already. He's only 6 tenths away from Joshy. He's coming.
The key question is, can he last in these tyres?
Dunsby's not made any places up at the moment though. PT Tomo there's just took Dutch Dragon. That's a nice overtake there.
Just filtering through the grid to see what's going on. So Joshua Wilco and Murph still going at each other.
He's just had a little bit of a understeer there, Unfitted Noise, and he's just pulled away. Josh is just pulling away from him now.
There's Liam in the comments cheering on his teammate.
He needs to nurse these tyres. Unfitted Noise, or he's going to be in deep trouble further on in this race.
But as you said earlier, you've got to make the use of them early on. Just going to try and make the moves now, I guess.
The medium tyres are showing already. All the speed of Joshua Wilco and Murph are really pulling away. That lead of nearly 2 seconds now.
I'm on board with Youngie, who's having a look at San. Not quite close enough at the moment to make the move, but he's
Murph just needs to keep him.
Harry, they're looking like he's making a move on Percival. Thought better of it.
What, this is close between Joshie and Murph. They're really close here.
I'll let you stand on that while on this here between Harry and Percival. And Youngie's having a look at San and got him. Can he make that stick?
What a move by Youngie. That is absolutely quality. Just pulled right in front of him, no braking. That's quality, that by Youngie. That's a great overtake, that.
Youngie into P5. We're going to go back to the battle between Murph and Joshua Wilco.
Here we go, Joshua Wilco, Murph. And he's done him. He's done him. Comfortably as well. He comes back in his line. Way before the corner. That's a great little overtake.
Look, it has used all his battery though. He's down just to 8%, whereas Murph's on 30. So maybe that's where it's made to look easy. Maybe Murph can come back in with his battery now.
The problem is, like, half, 75% of this track you're following the car. It's that straight and that short DRS. If you're explosive out of that Campos corner there, where you can really make a difference.
Percival's also past San here, so he's looking like he's dropping down a few places. Harry now looking to capitalise on this too. Harry now is going to have a look at him. San did well there to cover the inside.
It's a shame you can't see people's tyres in it. I'd love to see what
these
things
like tyre wear or the weather and things like that.
It'd be gorgeous to see
there from Harry.
Unfitted noise. It's got a lot of VRS, which is, he could be saving it for the later stages, but 2 seconds away now, and these two in front of us, Joshie and Murph, are pulling each other along with that DRS, just pulling that gap away from unfitted noise.
Harry and Sean battling each other here. Harry's got him. Harry decided made the move, stick into turn 2, or turn 2 into 3.
F14 just keeping it nice and clean out there. It's no track limits.
Alright, he's having a solid race.
2.4 seconds a lead now.
Meanwhile, Joshie and Murph battling away behind, and Joshie has got him.
Percival is all over the back of Youngie, but Harry's on the back of Percival, which is good for the championship lead. He needs to get up there as quick as he can.
Duns, we were looking to move forward if you can. This is not helping his title race, especially with the likes of Joshua Wilco and Murph so far up.
The problem with Dunsby is he's stuck behind another soft runner, which it's holding him up a little bit. You've essentially got to make that move, and they've both used all the ERS, so it's a fight between the skill.
Just a few laps to go then.
It's a brilliant little scrap here by Murph and Joshua Wilco for the second place. Only half a second in it.
That's been going on most of the race. They've been fighting each other. Like I said, it'd be good for their championship being this far up.
Young is really pulling that gap down on unfitted noise, so it looks like these mediums are really kicking in now, and then softs are dropping off a bit. Murph understeered hard.
You might have to take over. I've been disconnected.
Hard. Yeah, no dramas. It's
desync here for me. I'm not sure. Hopefully it's not affecting anyone else. But I've got a desync. Yeah, I'm out of the session. If you can invite me back in, I'll see if I can get back on it.
Yeah.
Is it the same for everyone else, or is that just... Because mine's going to the podium now.
No, it's just kicked you out. I'll invite you back in.
Cool, I'll see if I can get that.
Yeah, you should have that now.
Yep, got it.
So it's still tight there between Murph and Josh, only 3/10 in it. And there's not really... So Soph's done Dunsby. So then, he's pitted. Dunsby's pitted for a new set of softs. That puts him back into P13. I think he's hoping now that he can really plough through the field now and just get up to that 10th place.
I'm just going to try and rejoin. Bear with me a sec. I'll let you take control of the comms because you can see what's going on and I can't.
No problem. So unfitted noise there with that penalty actually will be caught by Harry and Youngie. So he'll lose that 4th position if he don't make up a bit of time here, and Youngie's all over the back of him. For half a second he's got him on the DRS here, he's going to go up the inside. He's trying to block it off, he can't weave back in now.
So I am now back in, so I can see what's going on again now.
Unfitted noise, that's great defending.
Apologies about that if I was watching the stream, but yeah, I'm back in now, so hopefully that's all good. It looks like Sam's got back past Harry.
San had Harry anyway.
Harry I think got past briefly, and then I think the positions come back.
Yeah, and I think they did him straight on the DRS again, I believe. So the gap between the top 3 now, obviously, leader 3 seconds comfortably.
And
driving rail. There's a caution in sector 1. Caution in sector 1.
Like
that looks like
Sean
it's Shane.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just spun out
And
there coming round.
Sam goes very wide.
Oh, and
Harry's
he's come
through.
off. He's come off.
Sam very wide. Harry's through, and now he's going to have Percival all over him. Percival on the attack. Up the inside.
And Percival's done the inside comfortably. Can he keep it though? Can he keep it? Oh, they've gone wheel to wheel around that first corner. He's pulled out as San. He's going to get caught now by Tomo. Tomo's come up the inside, wheel to wheel. Oh, there's a touch. That's unfortunate by San. That one mistake there just pulled 5 cars into the points there.
And now Dutch Dragon looking to get involved.
Well there to keep that car.
We've got more yellow flags. I think it's still for Sean having issues.
I think he's got grit all over his tyres.
He's missing an end plate on his front wing as well.
Yeah, he's come into the pit. Dutch Dragon now, all over the back of San. That's the closest thing going on. San just trying to keep on the back of Tomo. F14, 3.5 seconds now is the lead, and he's took it understeer hard there, which will lose him. It's lost him half a second.
So I'm kind of watching this train.
And Josh, you can see him now. Josh, you can see him.
So the question remains as to whether Unfitted Noise is going to be struggling with these tyres late on or not. Will this give Youngie an opportunity to go to P4?
Unfitted Noise has pulled. Youngie was 4/10 away from him 2 laps ago. He's done well to nurse them tyres and to pull that gap again to Youngie. But he's weaving all over the track. I think he's trying to warm his tyres up. I don't know what he's trying to do, but Youngie's just made half a second on him.
Don't know if that's a moment or whether he's trying to warm tyres up, you say, or... Yeah, not sure what's going on there. I'm on board with Youngie at the moment, though. He might just scrape DRS here, I'm not sure. He's not quite got it.
He's just out of the second for the activation zone.
I'm going to have a look at Tomo.
He's got no overtake as well. He's got the
Percival goes
slipstream, which
right
will
the way
help him.
over. Percival right the way over to defend, and Tomo is now on the attack.
Tomo's coming in there. He's coming on the outside. He's wheel to wheel, and he's braked well later, which is he's still wheel to wheel with Percival. Percival's pushing that outside, and he's kept it.
Good bit of
Percival's
defending
kept it
by
on that
Percival there.
inside.
Well played.
Yeah, that's great.
He moves right
racing.
over very
Both
early
of them.
on the pit straight, so forced Tomo on the outside, and defended that inside.
Tomo's got the better exit here, though. He's got the better exit. He could go wheel to wheel on this. He's trying the switcheroo. He's coming down the inside.
He's got him. It's a great move.
He's left enough room. It's wheel to wheel, and he's got who breaks
It's a great
earliest.
fight. This.
That's
Well
a
done.
great. That's a great.
Good
little
clean fight there.
That's
Like that.
great, clean
That's not over yet either.
racing. Well done.
Has Percival got an answer for this?
No, he's that activation zone, that DRS zone's just not powerful enough. It'll bring him back into a good zone for the next straight. But Percival's got to watch himself because San's right on the back of him, and he's
It's a great bit of
just
battling
took
there. That
an
was.
understeer there.
We'll watch San now. He's going
Sam's
to look
got
to
the
make a
better
move.
exit. And Percival's got DRS as well. It's powerful, this DRS.
Percival choosing not to
Is
defend
it
like he
that?
did last time here.
Whoa. Sam's coming up the outside,
We've got yellow flags. That's looking like Sean again with issues.
trying it.
As we're on to the last lap now.
He's had an unlucky race as Sam. Shane.
Some good battles there though. So yeah, definitely been an enjoyable
It
race.
looks like the middle of the park here is really fighting for this 7, 8, 9.
I'm
Harry
briefly going
just
to cut
sat
to
2
F14 because
seconds
he's not
now.
going to take the race victory.
It's a nice, comfortable last 2 corners now. 6 seconds. He's raced really well. Nice and
So
clean,
very
no
impressive
penalties.
race. And it's a new winner. As F14
Well
takes
done.
your race win tonight. Joshua Wilco
Joshua
makes an
Wilco
Alpine
coming over
1-2.
now.
He takes P2 and Murph in P3. That's going to be great for their championship fights. Unfed Noise is going to take
I'll tell you
P4 on the
what.
track, but Young is going to take on the penalty. And Harry sneaks P5 there. That could be helpful for his fight as well. Unfed Noise drops 2 places there due to his penalty. So Tomo in P7, San in P8, Dutch Dragon P9, Percival P10. As Unfed Noise
Did
telling me now in the
Percival-
comments, his soft tyres are on 60% at the end.
Oh, bless him, man. I knew there'd be high. It was a ballsy choice, that unfitted. You did well there to keep them. But did Percival have a penalty because he was up there with Tomo scrapping? He must have.
I didn't see Percival's one. I was keeping an eye on Unfair Noises one. He ended up dropping 2 places there. Dunsville kicking himself tonight. From the Unfair saying is waving to say hi to us.
That was some cracking racing by Percival and Tomo at the end there, and San.
So
Well done, F14. Quality race. Alpine absolutely smashing the podium to bits there. Murph, well done.
So
The
we'll just see
P3.
where we are next week before we go, and it's going to be Silverstone next week. So Silverstone's where we are next week.
Silverstone.
Yeah, it's another fast flowing circuit. Should be great for some racing around there. So I'm just going to have a look at the incidents and everything while we're here.
So Percival did, he had 3 seconds. He must have got that at the end, because I didn't see it on the time bracket.
Just going for the incidents now. Yeah, he picked up the penalty on the last lap. According to the things here.
Was it unlucky, that Percival?
So just got time to say thank you ever so much for joining me tonight, Bish. It's been a very enjoyable session.
Thank you.
We'll hopefully be back for more Division 1 racing next week. We'll see how it all unfolds. But nonetheless, thank you for joining us. I've been James. We'll be back next Monday. We'll see you again real soon.